Woo. Hello, lovely, lovely people. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Jan Hicks Creates. I am Jan. What a surprise. Welcome back to my dear, dear friends. I'm so glad you are here. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Not too crazy. Lots of stitching, some knitting, some punch needle, pretty views of Hawaii. What's not to love, right? If you're returning, you know how much I love you guys, and I love having you here, and I love chatting with you, and yeah, it's just all good. I hope you have been finding your joy. I know here in the States there has been some pretty sad news this past week, multiple days in a row. So some days it's hard, some days it's depressing, some days it's absolutely discouraging. There's still joy out there. My particular joy this week was the meetup with Christina, who is Cross Stitcher in Paradise here on Flosstube and also on Instagram, and Dee, who is Dee's Nuts 1272 on Instagram. They are two stitchers that I've hooked up with here on the island. We got together this past Sunday, and you know, there's something about I know I've said this before, and I know you all know this, but there's just something about getting together with people that, even though you don't know them, when you have that connection over a hobby that you love, it's a greater connection. Yeah, it's just like I've known these ladies forever. I'm also really picking their brains about Hawaii. So much that I want to learn about this beautiful new place that I call home, and they're happy to answer my questions. Thank you, ladies. I hope you don't mind. So yeah, that was my particular joy this past week. This week, Sunday starts the week, right? I also wanted to just give a shout out, if there's any of you from New Zealand who watch me. Holy cow, kudos to your Prime Minister. She's amazing, and you are so lucky to have her. She's just amazing, and I've been watching everything she's been doing. Actually, since she started a couple months ago, she did something for women's health. I don't remember the specifics, but that's the first time she kind of came to my attention. So yeah, a huge shout out to the Prime Minister of New Zealand. I'm sure she doesn't watch me. That would be kind of cool if she did. Anyways, let's see what else is going on this week. I had mentioned in my Stitch With Me video on Friday about Michelle Garrett and her YouTube channel, her Flosstube channel. If you have not found her and subscribed, I know not everybody watches the Stitch With Me videos, so that's why I'm going to repeat some things. Michelle Garrett did accidentally delete her Flosstube channel. She has started a new one. I don't think she is uploading all of her old videos, but she is trying to get some of the more recent ones up. You will find her under, I think, either Michelle Bendy or Michelle Garrett, and her last name is 2 R's, 2 T's, and an E on the end. So make sure you find her. If you haven't found her yet and resubscribed, make sure you do that, because we don't want to miss our Michelle Bendy, right? We all need our fix. Another thing that happened this week, which was also so much fun. Tamara Bowen, I had mentioned this in my Stitch With Me, tagged it on the end. Tamara Bowen, this Nana Stitches, and I did a Stitch With Me video, you know, over one of these online meeting type things. We did that yesterday morning my time, afternoon her time. She did get it uploaded, so on her channel. So look for her, This Nana Stitches. She's actually under Tamara Bowen here on YouTube. She goes by This Nana Stitches on IG, on Instagram, and I think you could probably also find it as This Nana Stitches here on YouTube. I never really understand the whole YouTube channel name, ID name, I don't know. Anyway, we had a lot of fun. We're going to do these once a month. They may always be on Tamara's channel just because she understands the functionality of the online meeting thing better than I do. So I may just let her do that, if you don't mind, Tamara. Anyways, it was a lot of fun. We're just sitting there chatting and stitching, and we'd like you to join us. So, let's see, what else? Mike's Crazy Kitchen. He has his intro video up. He has a video on making chili in the Instant Pot. He makes a big batch and then freezes it for work. I don't particularly care for chili. It's okay. It's not my favorite food, so I just let him have all of that for work. He does have his yogurt video recorded. I don't think he's uploaded it yet, but be looking for that soon on how to make yogurt in the Instant Pot. We love the yogurt that comes out of that. Let's see. Just a few little other personal notes. Oh, and that's Mike's Crazy Kitchen here on YouTube. He's also on Instagram as Mike's Crazy Kitchen, and he also has his website, Mike's Crazy Kitchen, which has a ton of articles on Instant Pot, gluten-free cooking, accessories, I mean, just all kinds of stuff. He's a writer, so he loves to write articles about everything. I'm not very good at that. Personal... I got myself all choked up. Personal notes. You guys have been asking. My father-in-law did have his surgery. He had the Watchman in place, the Watchman device placed in his heart. Implanted, placed, whatever. The doctors were pleased with the surgery. He goes back this week to make sure it is operating correctly. He will be on the blood thinners for another 6 weeks before they take him off of that, so we're hoping he doesn't have any further GI bleed in the meantime. But so far he's doing well. So it was a successful surgery. My son Samuel did get his massage therapist job. Again, in my my Stitch With Me on Friday, I was a little bit like, you know, kids, it's like, oh yeah, they liked me, they're gonna hire me. He did get the job. So here's how it went down. He put his resume in at 3 places. In this particular place, they asked him if he would have time to do an interview and a practice massage. And he did, so he did. They hired him on the spot. This kid, both of my kids, but this kid in particular, things have always, he's like leads a charmed life. Things have always come pretty easily to him. Now, he's had some rough spots. You know, he's a kid figuring out his way. He's had to shuffle money around and go without and, you know, learn how to budget and all that. And we have let him. But, you know, I really couldn't believe that they would have hired him on the spot. And they did. So he starts tomorrow. And I'm just so thrilled, so excited for this kid. Just he feels like he's really found his niche. He wants to get into more of the energy side of things, the more spiritual side of stuff. I don't know what that really means, but only a little bit through yoga do I understand the flow of energy through the body. But that's what he's kind of wants to focus on as he continues down this path. But anyways, he did get the job. Yay, Samuel. Let's see. My Harumi from StitchCon did have to bow out. She had basically overcommitted, and she was worried that she would leave me hanging, and it's like, don't even worry about me in this equation. If you're stressing, that's the signal. Back out. Not a problem. Posted on the StitchCon Facebook group this morning that I needed a new roommate, and within 10 minutes I had a new roommate. But instead of staying at the live-in hotel, I will be staying in her room that she has at the Hyatt, which is the one right in the convention center. So, a little bit of a change there. I'm sorry, Kyle. I'll come and visit you Wednesday, okay? After all, you have chocolate for me. I'll be there. Let's see. Flosstube, I did watch a new Flosstuber this week. Only got a chance to watch one. Windy Bay, her name is Doris. She had lived in the Northern Virginia area for a long time and just recently moved to Akron, Ohio. She retired, so she's about my age. Her and her husband do a lot of traveling, and that's what kind of really caught my attention, the fact that traveling, stitching, out there seeing the world. Sound familiar, right? I've only watched her beginning video and part of her most recent one. She does a whole range of projects on a whole range of fabrics, everything from little Lizzie Kates to big samplers. One of Jeanette Douglas's, I think, Vintage Stars, which, you know, I wasn't as familiar with that one as the Vintage Birds and the Vintage, is it Vintage Animals? Anyways, I really like the Vintage Stars one. So anyways, Windy Bay here on YouTube, Windy Bay Stitches on Instagram. Her name is Doris. I encourage you to check her out. I will have all of this linked. As I've mentioned before, instead of putting things in the description box below, because you can't really link there, you can put the link, but it's not clickable. I don't think it is, at least. I'm putting it all on my blog so I can include the pictures of all the projects that I show, so and I take tons of pictures. In case you guys didn't realize that, I take tons of pictures. So that way I can do something with all these pictures, basically. Speaking of pictures, the pictures at the beginning of this video were of the sunset on Saturday evening over on the west coast of Oahu. We had gone over there for dinner at an organic farm that I had heard about, that's in one of the valleys over there, and I wanted to check it out. They had some nice looking gluten-free options. The meal was delicious, all organic, all farm to table. They also are a farm that believes in doing as much as they can for the community. I mentioned in my video with Tamara yesterday that there is actually a big homeless problem here on the island. And you can go, I won't repeat the details here, you can go and watch that video if you're interested in learning more about that. But this farm, they not only provide housing for some homeless, provide food for some of the homeless, they also try and give them jobs to do. So they're big in helping the community in different ways, so we really wanted to support that. All right, I think that's all the news. Looking at my notes. Okay, yep, that's all the news. So, as you guys know, and let me go ahead and just show that while I'm talking about it. I started the fractal bookmark. And when I started this for my birthday, one of my birthday starts, as I had mentioned before, I was only pulling out a few flosses for each of my starts because I knew that most of them I would be putting back away, and I didn't want to have all the flosses pulled out. This one, however, because Lynette convinced me that this is indeed a BAP, a big-ass project, I needed to add it to my rotation. It didn't take much to twist my arm. So I did add it to my rotation. This is over 1 on 28 count. Boy, I really wish you could see. The colors are so much more vibrant than what you're seeing on screen. But anyway, there are 90 colors of floss in this little, it's just a little bookmark, right? The stitch count, I don't have it here, but it's small. It's still 90 colors. I had that mess, right, from my birthday starts. I had to put that all away, and then I had to pull out, again, what I needed for this. And I'm missing some. I'm probably missing like 15 or so. of the colors needed for this. But as I was doing this, I came across colors. You know, I've spent so much time trying to organize this stupid floss, and I thought I had it between what I had put in the X-Stitch app here, you know, on my iPad, getting it all organized on here, gathering everything into a master, like for my projects, having them all on rings. I was still finding that when I was trying to pull the floss for the fractal bookmark, I should pull up a picture of that for those that haven't seen it. When I was trying to pull colors, there were still some that, according to my app I own, there are no notes. Whenever I take a floss out of my master bin for a project, I'll note in that app what project it is for. So there was some floss that I owned, didn't have anything in the notes that it was pulled for a project, but it wasn't in my master bin in my drawer. So darn frustrated. So after I pulled out what I could find, by the way, this is the fractal bookmark. So what I have done is just some up here in this corner. Gorgeous, right? So once I pulled out what I could find, I then went through all of my whips again and pulled out all of the DMC and noted it in my app where it was. And I added it to my rings. So what I decided after much deliberation was to put all of my DMC flosses that are being used in projects on rings in numerical order. And I'd had them in a little bag, but it was getting kind of stuffed full. You know, that basket that Maria made for me? It now houses all the rings. And then I have found these little circular tags, and I've just noted on the tags what numbers are on the rings. So that's very handy. And now, hopefully, I went through all of these as well to make sure that I had everything noted as belonging. If it belongs to a project, it belongs in here. Yesterday, what one was I working on? Last night, oh, I may have started something new. More on that later. But on that something new, I needed a specific color. I looked in my app. Yes, I owned it. It did not say that it was any place. So I came up here to my drawer. It was not in here. I was so mad. Well, what had happened was my Aloha, the Aloha floral one from the Cross Stitch Crazy magazine, I had pulled 2 colors out for that. And again, it was a birthday start. I only pulled out those 2 colors. I hadn't put them away yet. I hadn't noted them in the app because I wasn't going to keep them in there, but I hadn't moved them back out. 2 colors. One of the colors was the one I needed. I think I'm organized now until the next time I need a new color. Anyways, so my projects this week, the fractal bookmark. So I worked on this for 2 or 3 days. This has been added to my big ass project rotation, and it is getting put away now until the next time it comes out to play. You all have seen this many, many times. It is still being worked on. Grateful Hearts by the Trilogy. Working on this 1x1 square up here, slowly but surely making progress. I took this with me to my get-together with the girls on Sunday and just worked on this outer red border because this is just totally no-brainer stitching. In here I have to count a little bit. You can't really see them that well, but there are specialty stitches. There are Smyrna crosses scattered through here. So you can see I don't have a whole lot more of that to do. I have the outer border to do. I have the words Grateful Heart here and the upper border here, this little block of blue, and then add the charms, and I'm done. I am working on this about an hour a day. I'm down to 5 days left in March. I really would like to finish this month. I probably won't make it. It'll be close. If I just spent, you know, I should just take one day and work on this. And I may do that. I may very well do that. We shall see. Stay tuned next week to find out, does Jan finish it or doesn't she? I spent some more time on Rosewood Manors, Green on Green. This is the one, this is another one that I'm adding to my rotation, my big project rotation. So I am working down here. I have the Y and the Z done. I have this motif done. I have this motif done. I have the V done. And I just got started on the U. Isn't that gorgeous? I cannot tell you how happy this makes me. There, that's a much better representation of the colors. This is just so pretty. But yes, it is getting put away because there are so many other ones that I think are so pretty. This, look at that motif. Isn't that gorgeous? Goodness gracious, Karen Kluba, you know how to design. But that did get put away because Hawaii was calling to me. So I have my 2 palm trees done and my volcano is growing. The volcano is done with, I don't know whether you can really see it, the red is the Gloriana Rose Flame. The yellow, it's supposed to be a another Gloriana along with one of the threads of Accentuate. I did not bring my pouch up. The Accentuate is a blending filament. It's the same as the Chronic Balget blending filament. So it's a yellow Balget basically that gets held. I substituted the Gloriana for, I think it's Weeks Banana Popsicle, something like that. So nice variegated yellow. The next one is Gloriana Bright Orange along with an orange Accentuate blending filament. The gray is supposed to be Gloriana Slate. I am using Victorian Motto Ghoulish Gray. That's from one of Nancy's gray packs. So I have to repeat, I have the Rose Flame, I repeat each of the other colors again down here, and then I have to put the back stitch line along the edge over here. I hope to get that done today so that my volcano is done. And then this will get put away and I will be working on something else, which I still have to tell you about. So that's my progress on the different whips for the week. Let me look at my notes again. Grateful Hearts, Fractal Bookmark, Green on Green, Aloha Hawaii. Okay, so now we're going to move on to haul. Once again, the haul is all birthday presents. I have not bought anything myself because I was a good girl. Not that people that do buy haul are good girls. You know, you worry so much about what you say here. All kinds of different people watching, all kinds of different people coming from all kinds of different places. I do me, you do you. For me, no haul is a very good thing. I'm a good girl. Got it? Got it? All right, so first, if you remember the fabric that I needed for this, I had pulled Maritime White and 40 count, and I decided the 40 count isn't going to work because there are some blends in this little beauty. Teal very, very generously offered me her Maritime White and 32 count. So that has come in the mail. Now it's very interesting. Let me see if it changes if I put this up. It does, the modeling does look very gray on camera. I read it as more of a greenish color in real life, but I think it is going to be just perfect for this. Whatever it is, I think it's going to be really pretty. This is going to be a new start again, because it was supposed to be a birthday start, right? I'm going to do this in my Stitch With Me on Friday, so be looking for that. I don't know how much I'll get done. I'll work on it on the Stitch With Me, and I'll work on it the rest of the day, and then I'll probably put it away. As sad as that is. They're all sad. They're all so pretty. How many times have you heard me say it? I know. Along with the fabric, she sent this card, because she knows me. I'm framing this. I think this, okay, it's a turquoise background that's all grungy. Me to a T. It has an elephant. Me to a T. Look at all the other colors. Me to a T. This is getting framed and hung up here with my other India stuff. Isn't that gorgeous? Gotta find a frame for it. It also has a matching envelope. How pretty is that? This is from a company, let me see if I can read this. Brighten Everyone's Future. That's always a good idea. Tree-Free Greetings by Suzanne. The artist is Suzanne Milius. Living sustainably means realizing small choices can have a big impact. Yes. When you choose tree-free, you're helping us save trees and doing so much more. You're supporting a US-made product and lowering your carbon footprint. You're keeping chlorine out of our rivers, greenhouse gases out of our atmosphere, and diverting waste from our landfills. Yes, please, more. Cards and envelopes are from 100% post-consumer recycled paper. So yes, and I'm going to recycle this even more by framing it. Makes me want to frame the envelope too. Thank you, Teal. You are awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, more birthday presents. And I mentioned a new start. D, here on the island. D's Nuts, 1272. Go find her on Instagram. She is a sweet, sweet, sweetheart. We've only just met. And the generosity, oh my God. I'm gonna save that for last. So she asked me to send her a list of what I'd be interested in for my birthday, and to make it a big list so that it would be a surprise. Well, I had no problem with that. Boy, did she surprise me. First, some XJ's design fabric in a blue. This is 36 count, old blue, a 13 by 19, so a fat quarter. Beautiful. You know I love me some XJ design. Oh, so good. Then, I told her I loved Carolyn Manning designs. I didn't own any yet. So she got me the Garden Labyrinth, and these are on my list, and Sea Glass. I couldn't resist. This was the floss I couldn't find that was in Aloha. So yes, I started Sea Glass. So this is this little bit, just these little diamonds up here in the corner. This is a 28 count Jobelin. This is one of the pieces from my friend's box. that I got. 1/1 on 28 count, because that's how I roll. So I'm going to work tonight, like I said, on the Jeanette Douglas Hawaii piece. And then I will be picking this up, and I'll work on this for another 2 or 3 days. This is getting added to my big ass project rotation because obviously, duh. It's actually only 162 by 162. And you know, Audrey Stitchy Witch, her roll is 150 by 150, so it's not that much bigger, right? Isn't that gorgeous? I showed this to Mike and he was like, what am I looking at? Oh, honey. Oh, honey. And then I heard from my dear, dear friend Susan at A Good Yarn in Sarasota. That's where I used to work. She and my friend Bill went to the Golden Needle in Northport and saw the Hawaii map by Sue Hillis. Thank you, Susan. Something else for my Hawaii wall. And it will be perfect. I love it. I just love it. So, that leaves us with the last but not least. Let me make sure. Oh, I did want to say, I'm thinking about doing, there were 2 things I wanted your opinion on. Can't remember what the second one was. Thinking about doing a video with Dee and Christina here, just sitting and chatting and stitching, showing some of their work. Christina does have a YouTube channel, Cross Stitcher in Paradise. She has been so crushed at work. When she comes home, she doesn't even feel like stitching, let alone doing a YouTube channel, doing a Flosstube. But I thought I could get the 3 of us together to just sit and chat, get to know them a little bit, and show some of the different projects that they're working on. So let me know if you'd be interested in that. What else was I going to ask you guys about? Shoot. Maybe it'll come back to me before I'm done here. But anyway, last but not least on my little list of notes here is giveaways. Now, I just put my phone to sleep. Oh my God. All right, so we had the 2 patterns that wandered back and forth across the country from Keepsakes. They very generously sent me replacements when these didn't show up, but now that means I have these to give away. So I had, let's see, we'll do Mini Quaker first. We had 66 entries for this. Number 28 won, and that was Susan Morelli. Yay, Susan! We'll have to stitch this together, but I do want to get the wool for this. It is Gentle Arts wool that it's called for. So they also have the DMC listing, but you know, I've never used the wool. I think I'd kind of like to try it. Anyway, I guess this used to be a kit at one point because it says Gloriana Threads, Bellagio Silk Thread included. Well, yeah, not so much. It would have been a lot more expensive. And then, okay, so Susan, I already have your address, so we are good to go. I will get that in the mail to you. And then we have Christmas list, the Silver Creek Samplers Christmas wish list. I had 119 entries for this. Number 99 won, and that is Lee Singleton. So congratulations, Lee, you have won this one. I have already commented on your comment for you to send me an email with your address so I can get that in the mail to you. And I think that's everything. That wasn't too bad, huh? I say it wasn't too bad because I'm trying to keep my videos a little shorter just for upload ease and editing ease and all that. And I do have to put the photos in front and videos of waves crashing, sun setting. We still can't believe it. We just really still can't believe it. Anyway, love you guys. Find your joy. Oh, I also wanted to thank Louisa Sharp. Thank you so much for all the gorgeous pictures of your daffodils and your snowdrops and your pansies. A gorgeous, gorgeous little corner of the world in Scotland. I love it. Please don't be afraid to send me spring pictures. Of course, then there's Linda, who sends me pictures of the snowbanks in Montana. I love you guys. Find your joy. It is out there in the little things. Even if the little thing is something like, I managed to get 5 stitches put in my, I sat down long enough to get 5 stitches put in my project. Even if it is the snuggles of a kitty or a dog. Even if it's something big like seeing friends that you haven't seen in a while. Find your joy. Come to me if you need help. Hopefully I can make you giggle just a little bit. I like to giggle. Anyways, guys, have a great week. I will be back on Friday. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to... I knew it would come back to me. I just recently subscribed, like yesterday, to, or the day before, to the Cross Stitcher magazine, the UK magazine Cross Stitcher. It is a digital subscription. I have April's, and then May's just came out yesterday. Let me know if you'd like to do a flip through of those. I don't know if for magazines, if you'd find those useful, and I'm not just going to do videos just to put videos out. So if you're interested in seeing the patterns that are included in the magazine, let me know. I don't know whether it's useful, because if you have the magazine, of course you're already seeing them. If you don't have the magazine, would it be enough to, like, would you want to buy the issue I'm showing, or would you want to subscribe? I don't know if it's useful. I enjoy seeing it. This is the first magazine I've subscribed to in years. So I do enjoy seeing what's in other magazines that I don't get. So let me know. I'm happy to do it. Just let me know. All right, that is it. I am out. I will talk to you again on Friday. I love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.